What is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, hit that like button, subscribe button. So I'm going to do this tomorrow, but because my team, the Panthers are sucking right now, I needed to walk away from the game to take my mind off of it. So I figured I'll go ahead and do this video right now. It's going to be my review of the new movie, The Long Walk, based off the Stephen King novel titled The Long Walk. It came out this past week, and I went and saw it yesterday, and just want to give my thoughts and opinions. And I've read the book twice. I read the book probably about, I don't know, 15 years ago now. And then I just recently read or listened to the Audible book over again because I wanted to get a refresher before I went and saw the movie. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that they changed within the movie compared to the book, and my overall thoughts and everything. But that said, so the movie basically takes place in this like dystopia society. They kind of hint on it about what happened. They talk about the war after the war, but they never like get into detail in it. There a couple radio broadcasts you hear and stuff, and during some scenes, but you never really get a full idea. You know, like apparently America is not doing good economically, and a lot of people are poor, and you see a lot of that in the background scenes of the movie. And also they mentioned that in the book and everything. And basically they take these in the movie it's 50 kids, and the book is actually 100 kids that they take to go on this traditional yearly long walk that starts on May 1st every year. And basically it's a battle royale style, that everyone walks. There's no finish line. It's only one winner. Can't freaking talk. But only one winner. So you walk to the last person is walking. And you basically, if you go under 3 miles per hour, they have these little sensors that they wear that track their speed and everything. So if you drop under 3 miles per hour, you get what is called a warning, 3 warnings. And then you get what they call a ticket. And a ticket is basically your ticket to the afterlife. You get shot on the spot, no questions asked, no, begging, no nothing. You get shot on the spot. Other rules are you can't leave the road. You leave the road, you get shot. Any kind of attack of the guards, you get shot. So that's the rules. And you walk till you walk. You're allowed to ask for canteens, and you get stuff. So as long as you don't go under 3 miles per hour, you're good. So they start walking, and the main character is Ray Garrity. You meet a couple characters, and he meets a guy named what's his name? I can never remember his name, but his name is Peter in the book. Peter McVrees, whatever. That's another thing. Compared to the book, I'm doing back and forth comparison. That they in the book there's 100 people in this walk. They cut it down to 50 in the movie, which I understand because obviously time wise. But they took some characters and combined their stories in it. So your main key character is going to be Ray Garrity, who's our main guy, and Peter McBreeze is like he meets him that day. They become good friends. You got Stebbins. He's kind of the what do you call it? The antagonist of the group. He's just, he's very stoic. He's like, he looked hard to beat and everything. You have Hank Olson, he's one of their friends. Baker, he's like a religious guy. Who else is in there? Scram, he is another guy. But yeah, they combine a lot of character stories, which I found interesting because, in the book, you have more time to learn about each of these characters and their backstory and the dialogue between them. But obviously in the movie they rushed a lot of the stuff, which I get it, but the way they did it was all right. I thought they did a good job. But like I said, the key is to walk, don't stop. Last person standing. You get one wish, any wish granted, and then you get a load of money where you don't have to worry about money again. So that's the goal. Garrity starts off, his mom drops him off, which they changed her character. They actually combined 2 characters. They combined his mom and his girlfriend. Because if I remember correct, his girlfriend in the movie is named Judy, and they named his mom Judy, but you never see his girlfriend in the movie, which in the book, his girlfriend plays a very important part of the movie later on in certain scenes. Now, Gary, they start the walk to take place in Maine, and Garrity, he is from Maine, so he's like the hometown hero. He's walker number 47. I believe that's his number. I can't remember. Right. No, actually, his girlfriend name was Jan. So they kind of, did like that. Anyways, movie starts off. It's basically it deals with the psychology of pushing through, how your mind deals with stuff, how the body can push beyond its limits, and when the body starts breaking down versus when the mind starts breaking down. You see a lot with these kids in the movie, and that's the rough part of the movie because like they all have different reasons for being there. Some have clear motives, some really don't know why they're there, and and they kind of touch on that in the movie with this more than they did in the book, especially McVree's character, which in the movie his character is way more prominent in the book than Ray Garrity, where it actually felt like McVree's character became more of the main stage of the story in the movie compared to the book, where Garrity was the more prominent because you're in his head throughout the whole book and everything, which this one and so in McVree's is he's in this one he's very motivating. He pushes the guys, and that stuff like that. Him and Garrity form a real cool pack, which I enjoyed, and he has some good like social and economic like poverty versus rich, and the rich how you'll do anything when you're poor to get that money and all that stuff. They really touch on that, which the dialogue was really good in the movie. I like that actor too. The actor, he's from Alien Romulus, really good. But the movie goes on, they walk and they're pushed. They get what, day 4, and they're like almost 400 miles. But the biggest takeaway from this movie is the ending, because they changed the ending completely from the book. Now, this is spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil it right now. So if you don't want to hear the ending of the movie, you might want to walk away. Let's start with the book first. In the book, the last 2 walkers are Stebbins and Ray Garrity. Now, earlier in the movie, you will find out that Stebbins is related to another character that is very prominent in the movie. Now, that character is the Major. The Major is another prominent character in the sense that he runs the whole walk. He's like this general that everyone in the country respects and stuff. But in the book, you only see the Major, at the beginning and at the very end. Now in the movie, I guess because they got what's his name, Han Solo, can't think of his freaking name right now, the actor to play him. I guess they paid him, so he had to be in almost every scene, and which kind of threw me off because the Major is like this mysterious person in the book, whereas in the movie he's all over the place talking lots of dialogue, which you never hear him in the book. Which that was kind of weird to me. But back to in the book, the last 2 walkers are Ray and Stebbins. You find out that Stebbins is actually a bastard child of the Major, and the whole time Stebbins has been like this guy has been like just getting in Garrity's head, and he don't think he can beat him. But the walk ends with basically Stebbins and Ray walking, and Stebbins dies without a word, and Ray wins. But at the end, the Major is asking him a question, and his mind is gone at this point, and basically he see the figure of death, if you want to interpret that. And he keeps walking. That's how the book ends. Now in the movie, again, spoiler alert, in the movie, the last 2 walkers are Ray and Peter McVree's, the 2 buddies. And just like in the book, Peter is saying, when I get tired, I'm just going to sit down. And he sits down, but Ray runs back and picks him up. And in the movie, Ray ends up stopping and taking the bullet and allowing Stebbins to win. Now, earlier in the movie, Ray said his wish would be to get a rifle to shoot the Major, because the Major is the reason that his father was sent to jail in the book. But in the movie, the Major executing for going against the government. So, but McReeves, he had all the thoughts about using his wish to change things socially and this, but at the end he wants revenge for Ray, and he takes a carbine and shoots the major. And just kind of like in the book, he starts walking again to like in the road. So that's how it ends. So I thought the ending, that completely blew my mind how they changed it so bad. Not bad, but just can change it. So I still thought the ending was good. It just that really threw me off. Coming from when you read the book, you kind of know what's going on. But that was a big twist at the end for me, which I thought was a good ending. It just was so different than the book. But overall, I would have to say The Long Walk, I will give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed the movie. Coming from a person who read the book before, you know how that goes a lot of times. You read the book and never hold up to the movie. Yes, they changed a lot of things, like combining characters, adding different plot lines to certain characters, changing the ending, but it all worked. So I think anybody who has not read the book and saw the movie, I think they would enjoy it for what it was. I think right now it's actually sitting at, what is it sitting at? Oh, it's doing real good on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 90% critics and 85% audience. So it's doing good right now. But again, I enjoyed it. Like I said, 7.5. I will say, if you go watch the movie, take the chance and read the book. The book is way more darker in a sense than the movie. Now the movie is violent and gory. Like when they shoot the kids, they show everything. So be prepared to see people getting shot in the head and stuff like that. So if that kind of bothers you, just be prepared for that, because it's very gruesome. Like I said, it's very dystopia, Hunger Games style battle royale with kids. But again, like I said, if you see the movie, definitely check out the book. I can't remember if Stephen King wrote the book, but he goes under a different name. But just look up The Long Walk. I'm pretty sure it's popular right now, but definitely worth to read. Definitely go watch this movie. I think it's very good if you get a chance. I don't know if you want to see it in theaters or go streaming, but it's worth to watch. It has a good social and just makes you think about some of the context of the dialogue and everything. And like I said, dealing with the way your mind kind of deteriorates, and how your body can keep going and stuff like that. It's really good. Another point I want to say that I noticed during the difference between the movie and the book is that in the movie they talk about how the major says he doesn't want an audience watching, like while they're walking, they're on camera and stuff. But in the book, it's like a fanfare throughout the whole walk. There's people on the roads, every town they pass through. There's confetti. People have signs rooting for their favorite walkers. Vegas is betting on walkers and stuff like that in the book. They have groupies. I mean, some of the guys, it gets very sexual and graphic in the book compared to the movie. Whereas in the movie, you would think it was a ghost town, like no one's around except for the very last, section and everything, which I think in the book, the spectacle of it adds to it, the sense that they are like being watched, basically die by the world and being cheered on and stuff. And like when people get shot, that people are cheering and stuff. It just, so yeah, that's one thing I wish they would have added in the movie compared. So, but overall, again, I enjoyed the movie. I didn't waste my money going to this movie. If you want to go through to check it out, just stream and go check it out. But I definitely recommend going to see this movie. And if you get the time, read the book. I really enjoyed this. It was just weird because I read that book 15 years ago. When I heard they were doing a movie, I was like, I forgot. I found that book by accident in the library, and I read the back. I was like, this sounds pretty interesting, and I got into it, and I loved it. So, but yeah, definitely check it out. Long Walk, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Definitely go check it out. If you've seen The Long Walk, let me know what you thought about it. If you read the book, definitely leave a comment down below. I want to hear your comparison, what you thought, what you liked compared to the book and the movie. But yeah, check me out. I'm going to go back and watch my football game, watch my boys lose as usual because we suck. But yeah, the next time, guys, see you when I see you. Peace.